Jai Shri Ram, Jai Shri Krishna, Jai Mata Di. Welcome to this evening's satsang. We are going to commence with some preliminary purification processes. So you can sprinkle water on yourself and all the puja items around you. Om Shri Ganeshaya Namaha. Om Shri Saraswatyai Namaha. Om Apavitrah Pavitro Va Sarvavastangatopi Va Yah Smaret Pundarikaksham Sa Bahyapyantrah Shuchihi. Now sip water in the palm of your right hand 3 times, doing Hari Smaran, thinking of Bhagwan. Om Keshavaya Namaham. Om Narayanaya Namaham. Om Madhavaya Namaham. Now rinse your hands 3 times. Om Rishikeshaya Namaha. Om Govindaya Namaha. Om Madhusudanaya Namaha. If you have a kus ring, you may put it on the right hand ring finger. Om Pavitresto Vaishnavyo Saviturvaha Prasavaut Punamya Chidrena Pavitrena Suryasya Rashmabihi Tasyate Pavitra Pate Pavitra Putasya Yat Kamaha Pune Tachekeyam. You should now apply chandan, sandalwood paste, to your forehead using the thumb of your right hand. Start at the top of your nose and move upwards. Om Chandanam Vandyate Nityam Pavitram Papanashanam Apadam Harate Nityam Lakshmir Vasati Sarvadham. You may now light your house lamp if you have not done so already. Alternatively, put your hands together and greet the flame of that lamp. Om Bodhipa Tvam Brahma Rupa Andakara Nivaraka Imam Maya Kritam Pujam Grihastejo Pravardhaya Om Deepaya Namaha. Sprinkle water on your Vedi or on the earth in front of you. Om Prithvi Tvaya Dhrita Loka Devi Tvam Vishnu Nadrita Tvansha Dharya Man Devi Pavitram Kuru Chasanam. We are now ready to commence with the recitation of Ved mantras and other Dhyan mantras. If you are following, you may open to page 25 of the Sri Lakshmi Narayan Puja book. The mantras are also being put up on the screen so that you can follow. Alternatively, focus your mind on Bhagwan while we recite these mantras. Om. 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 Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnur, Gurur Devo Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat Parabrahma, Tasmai Shri Gurue Namaha. Dhyana Moolam Gurur Murtihi, Puja Moolam Guru Padam, Mantra Moolam Gurur Vakyam, Moksha Moolam Guru Kripam. Om Swastina Indro Vridashravaha, Swastina Posha Vishwavedaha, Swastina Starakshorarishthanemhi, Swastino Vrihaspatir Dadatu. Om Payah Prithivyam Paya, Oshadishu Payo Divyantarikshe, Payodaha Payasvatihi Pradishah Santu Mahyam. Om Vishnoratamasi Vishnoho Snaptresto Vishnoho Surasi Vishnordhruvasi Vaishnavamasi Vishnavetvam. Om Agnir Devata Vato Devata Suryo Devata Chandrama Devata वसवो देवता रुद्रा देवता आदित्या देवता मरुतो देवता विश्वे देवा देवता बृहस्पतिर्देवतेन्द्रो देवता वरुणो देवता। ओम द्यौः शान्तिरन्तरिक्षगं शान्तिः पृथिवी शान्तिरापः शान्तिर् औषधयः शान्तिः वनस्पतयः शान्तिर् विश्वे देवाः शान्तिर्ब्रह्म शान्तिः सर्वगुं शान्तिः शान्तिरेव शान्तिः सामा शान्तिरेधि। ओम विश्वानि देव सवितर्दुरितानि परासुवा यद्भद्रं तन्न आसुवासु शान्तिर्भवतु। ओमानो भद्रः क्रतवो यन्तु विश्वतो धप्तासो अपरीतास उद्भिदः देवानो यथा सदमिद्वृदे असन्नप्रायुवो रक्षितारो दिवे दिवे। ओम देवानां भद्रा सुमतिर्जूयतां देवानागुं रातिरविनो निवर्तताम् देवानां गुं सख्यम् उपसेदिमावयन् देवान् आयुः प्रतिरन्तु जीवसे। ओम तान् पूर्वयानि विदाहो महे वयं भगं मित्रम् अदितिं दक्षमस्त्रिधम् अर्यमणं वरुणगुं सोममश्विना सरस्वती नः सुभगमयस्करात्। ओम तन्नो वातो मयो भुवातो भेषजं तन्माता पृथिवी तत्पिता द्यौः तद्घ्रावाणः सोमसुतो मयो भुवस्तदश्विनाशिनो तन्देष्ण्यायुवम्। ओम तमीशानं जगतस्तस्तु शस्पतीन्द्रियञ्जिन्वमवसेहु महे वयम् पूषानो यथा वेद साम सद्वृदे रक्षिता पायुर्दब्धः स्वस्तये। ओम स्वस्ति न इंद्रो वृद्धश्रवाः स्वस्ति नः पूषा विश्ववेदाः स्वस्ति नस्तार्क्ष्योररिष्टनेमिः स्वस्ति नो बृहस्पतिर्ददातु। ओम वृषदश्वा मरुतः प्रेष्णीमातरः शुभं यावानो विदतेषु जग्मयः अग्निजिह्वा मनवः सूरचक्षसो विश्वेनो देवा अवसागमन्निः। ओम भद्रं कर्णेभिः शृणुयाम देवा भद्रं पश्येमाक्षभिर्यजत्राः स्थिरैरङ्गैस्तुष्टुवाग्वं संस्तनूभिर्व्यशेमहि देवहितं यदायुः। ओम शतमिन्नु शरदो अन्ति देवा यत्रानश्चक्राजरसन्तनूनां पुत्रासो यत्र पितरो भवन्ति मानो मध्याह्निकृषितायुर्गन्तोः। ओम अदितिर्द्योरदितिरन्तरिक्षम् अदितिर्माता स पिता स पुत्रः विश्वे देवा अदितिः पञ्चजना अदितिर्जातम् अदितिर्जनित्वम्। ओम ऋचं वाचं प्रपद्ये मनो यजुः प्रपद्ये साम प्राणं प्रपद्ये चक्षुः श्रोत्रं प्रपद्ये वागौजः सहोजो मही प्राणापानो। ओम तं पग्निभिरनुगच्छेम देवाः पुत्रैर्भ्रातृभिरुतवा हिरण्यैः नाकं गृभनानः सुकृतस्य लोके तृतीये पृष्ठे अधिरोचने दिवः। ओमायुष्यं वर्चस्य गं रायस्पोषमुद्भिदम् इदगुं हिरण्यं वर्चस्व चैत्राय विशतादुमाम्। ओम द्यौः शान्तिरन्तरिक्षगुं शान्तिः पृथिवी शान्तिरापः शान्तिः औषधयः शान्तिः वनस्पतयः शान्तिर्विश्वे देवाः शान्तिर्ब्रह्म शान्तिः सर्वगुं शान्तिः शान्तिरेव शान्तिः सामा शान्तिरेधि। ओम यतो यतः समीहसे तथो नो अभयं कुरु शन्नः कुरु प्रजाभ्यो भयन्नः पशुभ्यः। ओम शान्तिः शान्तिः सुशान्तिर्भवतु। ओम हे रम्ब तुमे ये हि अंबिका त्रयंबकात्मज सिद्धि बुद्धि पते त्रयक्ष लक्ष लाभ पितु पितः नागास्य नागहार त्वं गणराज चतुर्भुज भूषितः स्वायुधे दिव्यै पाशाङ्कुश परश्वदे आवाहयामि पूजार्थं रक्षार्थं च मम क्रतुः इहागत्य गृहाणा त्वं पूजां क्रतुं च रक्ष मे। ॐ मनोजवं मारुततुल्यवेगं जितेन्द्रियं बुद्धिमतां वरिष्ठं वातात्मजं वानरयूथमुख्यं श्रीरामदूतं शरणं प्रपद्ये। अञ्जनीगर्भसम्भूतं कपीन्द्रं सचिवोत्तमं रामप्रियं नमस्तुभ्यं हनुमान् रक्ष सर्वदा। ॐ ध्यायेदाजानुबाहुं धृतशरधनुषं भदपद्मासनस्थं पीताम्बासोऽवसानं नवकमलादलास्पर्धिनेत्रं प्रसन्नं वामाङ्कारूढ सीतामुखकमलमीललोचनं नीरधावां नानालङ्कारदीप्तं दततमुरुजटा मण्डलं रामचन्द्रम्। ॐ यं ब्रह्मा वरुणेन्द्ररुद्रमरुतः स्तुनुवन्ति दिव्यैस्तवैर्वेदैः साङ्गपदाक्रमोपनिषदैर्गायन्ति यं सामगाः ध्यानावस्थितः तत्कतेन मनसा पश्यन्ति यं योगिनो यस्यान्तं न विदुः सुरासुरगण देवाय तस्मै नमः। ॐ वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं। मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे परमानन्दमाधवम्। ॐ शान्तं पद्मासनस्थं शशधरमुकुटं पंचवक्त्रं त्रिनेत्रं शूलं वज्रं च खड्गं परशुमभयदं दक्षिणाङ्गे वहन्तं नागपाशाञ्चगण्डां डमरुकसहितं आङ्कुशं वामभागे नानालङ्कारदीप्तं स्फटिकं मणिनिभं पार्वतीशं नमामि। ॐ या कुन्देन्दुतुषारहारधवला या शुभ्रवस्त्रावृता या वीणावरदण्डमण्डितकरा या श्वेतपद्मासना या ब्रह्मच्युतशङ्करप्रभृतिभिर्देवैः सदा वन्दिता सा मां पातु सरस्वती भगवती निःशेषजाड्यापहा। ॐ लक्ष्मी क्षीरसमुद्रराजतनयां श्रीरङ्गधामेश्वरीं दासीभूतसमस्तदेववनितां लोकैकदीपान्कुरां श्रीमन्मण्डकटाक्षलब्धविभव ब्रह्मेन्द्र गंगाधरां तां त्रैलोक्यकुटुम्बिनीं सरसिजां वन्दे मुकुन्द प्रियाम्। ओम सीताराम पवन सुत हनुमान राधे कृष्ण की जय। We will now have Chalisa and Bhajan.
श्री गुरु चरण सरोज रजा निज मन मुकुर सुधार बरनो रघुवर बिमल यश जो दायक बलचार बुद्धिहीन तनु जानिके सुमिरो पवन कुमार बल बुद्धि विद्या देहु मोहि हरो कलेश विकार सियावर रामचंद्र की जय पवन सुत हनुमान की जय उमापति महादेव की जय। उमापति महादेव की जय। श्याम रे घन श्याम रे, 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 श्याम रे घन श्याम रे। गोविंदा गोपाला श्याम मुरारी मोर नंद लाला, गोविंदा गोपाला श्याम मुरारी मोर नंद लाला। श्याम रे घन श्याम रे, 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 श्याम रे घन श्याम रे। रघुपति राघव राज राम, पतित पावन सीताराम, श्याम रे घन श्याम रे, 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 श्याम रे घन श्याम रे। गुरु शिवानंद सद्गुरुनाथा आजा आजा गुरुदेवा, गुरु शिवानंद सद्गुरुनाथा आजा आजा गुरुदेवा। श्याम रे घन श्याम रे, 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 श्याम रे घन श्याम रे। ओम सीताराम पवन सुत हनुमान, राधे कृष्ण की जय।
Today we are reciting verse number 7 of chapter 4 of Bhagavad Gita. Once again, the verse has been put up on your screen. Alternatively, follow in the Gita that you have in front of you. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Yada yada hi dharmasya glanirбhavati bharata, abhyuthanam adharmasya tadatmanam srijamyaham. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Let us read this together so that all of you can follow and try to recite it aloud. Yada yada hi dharmasya glanirбhavati bharata, abhyuthanam adharmasya tadatmanam srijamyaham. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Jai Shri Krishna. The verse that we have recited today is quite a popular verse. Although every verse of Bhagavad Gita is so meaningful and wonderful, many of us were taught to by heart, to learn this verse off by heart when we were young children. And when we look at the meaning of this verse, we understand why we are encouraged to recite this verse. Yada yada, tab tab. Whenever, he, most certainly, indeed, avashya, dharmasya dharmase, of dharma, glanir bhavati bharata. Glanir means to decline, when there is a decrease. Bhavati, there is. Bharata, Bhagavan Sri Krishna is referring to Arjuna here as Bharata, or descendant of Bharat, or son of Bharat. Bharat meaning the holy land of India, or the continent of the Asian continent at that time. Apyuthanam, there is adharmasya. So we came across just now the word dharma, and now we've come across the word adharma. So dharma does not simply mean religion. Your religion is not your only dharma. Dharma means the correct way of life. And therefore, adharma means the incorrect way of life. How do we know that which is correct and which is not correct? Well, the scriptures tell us that. But if I were to generalize, I will tell you that dharma is something that is good for you and similarly good for all the people around you. So if something is good for you but is going to cause harm to others around you, that cannot be dharma. Therefore, dharma is not something that is according to our own opinions. Dharma is something that is equally good for everybody. Dharma can also mean your duty. Once again, your duty must be for the welfare of all. Adharma means anything that will cause harm to others. In fact, adharma will most certainly bring harm to ourselves as well. Tadatmanam, tad atmanam, tad, at that time, then, atmanam, I, myself, Shrijamyaham. Shrijamyaham means to manifest. So that means God takes a body in order to appear and become visible to all of us. That is the meaning of Shrijamyaham. Now let us look at all these words together in a complete sentence. Bhagavan Sri Krishna is saying to Arjuna that whenever righteousness, dharma, is on the decline and adharma, unrighteousness, is exceedingly increasing, then I myself come forth. I take avatar, I manifest, I become visible to everybody. Now, let's now start getting into a little bit deeper understanding of all of this. Yada yada. The word yada is repeated. Why did Bhagwan repeat these words? Because it happens over and over again. It is repetitive. In fact, if somebody asks us, when did the first avatar of Bhagwan take place? We cannot say for sure. That is how often Bhagwan comes. And we know that universes get dissolved, universes get created. So first, in which universe are we actually referring to? So yada yada means repetitively. This is a wonderful thing for Bhagwan to say because it gives us hope. It makes us understand that God just didn't come at one time and it's over. That's the end of it, full stop. No. It means, therefore, that whenever Bhagwan is needed, he is available to us. He will be able to manifest. Very often, we feel that good can only come when God actually manifests. But God is available to us all the time. If we cannot see him and perceive him physically in front of us, it does not mean that he's not available to us. However, as devotees, of course, we love to enjoy the leelas that Bhagwan engages in when he does appear. So yada yada means that whenever it is required, Bhagwan will manifest himself. When will he manifest himself? Yuga yuga. In every age that is required to come, he will come. But we cannot predetermine when Bhagwan will appear. Or he's not under somebody's command that he must appear at a particular time, etc., etc. However, he decides when the time is right for him to come. In fact, in many instances in the scriptures we read where the devas and the rishis make appeal to Bhagwan to take avatar. And he says to them, you must go and prepare. I will come, but I will not come right now. I will come when the time is right. So Bhagwan knows when the time is right. And of course, he chooses very, very specific times to appear. He doesn't just appear randomly. So if you look at the appearance of Bhagwan Sri Ram, Nomi Tithi Madhumasa Punita Shukla Paksha Abhijita Hariprita. He appeared in the Nomi Tithi of the Chaitra Mas at midday when the Abhijit Nakshatra was prevailing. Similarly, we read Bhagwan Sri Krishna. He appeared at midnight in the Bhadrapad Mas, etc., etc. So God appears, Bhagwan appears. He knows what is the opportune time to appear. So the thing that gives us hope is that it happens over and over again and in every yuga. So it doesn't mean now we're living in Kali Yuga. We know that this is the Kali Yuga is the age of impurity where all kinds of terrible things are happening. God has abandoned us. No. Yuga yuga, yada yada, whenever required, in any age, Bhagwan will appear. So it will not be only that in Satya Yuga Bhagwan will appear, or only in Treta Yuga he will appear. Such is his mercy. When does he do that? When he decides that the decline of dharma is too much, when the devotee really needs him, he appears. So we sometimes read in the katha of Prahalad and Narasingha Bhagwan. Bhagwan appeared as Narasingha Bhagwan. He appeared when his devotee was in danger. So it means that we are able to bring Bhagwan into our lives, not necessarily in a physical form, but at any time through love. So there are many bhajans and stutis, etc., that advise us that Bhagwan is controlled by love. Love for who? For his devotees. For their protection, he can appear at any time. So when is it too much? When is tyranny and justice too much? We are not able to determine that. Bhagwan is able to determine that. And I can assume that this tyranny is measured differently in different ages, depending on the circumstances in Satya Yuga, in Treta Yuga, etc. What kind of forms, this word Srijamyaham, what kind of forms does Bhagwan take? So he uses this term Srijamyaham, which means I manifest myself in a visible form. Okay? Such is the mercy of God, such is his love for all of creation. He does not necessarily only manifest in a human form. So here we are reading about Bhagwan Sri Krishna, and we know that he appeared in Gokul in his two-armed form, and very often he is pictured with his flute and his peacock feather, his yellow dhoti, etc. But God is not limited in this way. Depending on what is going on in the universe, will determine what kind of Srijamyaham takes place, what kind of form he takes. And perhaps this is an opportune time to talk about the 10 Maha avatars of Bhagwan, Matsya Kurmo Varaha, Narsingh Vaman, Parshuram Rama, Balram Krishna Kalki. Of these 10 Dashmaha avatars, 9 have already appeared. The 10th one is the Kalki avatar, which we know has not taken place as yet. So during the ages, what kind of activities have we seen people engaging in order to attract Bhagwan, or in order to convince Bhagwan to take avatar, to appear? It is always prayer. It is japa, austerities, worship, recital of sacred texts, doing various kinds of things. The devas and the rishis and munis engage in these kinds of activities in order to encourage the avatar, to encourage Bhagwan to take form. So God is available to us at all times, but he needs to make an impression on earth sometimes. He needs to come here and reset the earth, if I can call it that, reinstate dharma as the leading quality here on earth. And that is when he manifests himself. And of course, he engages all of us in his wonderful leelas when he does manifest himself. With those words, we will now conclude this, and we will do our Ramayana recital. So we are reciting Bal Kand, and we are doing Doha number 177 of the Bal Kand today. So I encourage all of you to open to your Ramayans. I know that all of you have Ramayana at home. You should open to your text and try to follow and read with us, so that all of us recite Ramcharitmanas in our homes. So before we start with the Ramayana recital proper, we will recite the Ramayana Stuti. All of you focus your mind on Bhagwan Sri Ram and Ramcharitmanas while we do this. Jehi sumirat siddhi hoy Sitaram, Gananayak karivar badana, Karo anugrah soy Sitaram, Buddhi rasi shubha guna sadana, Mukha hohi bachal Sitaram, Pangu charahi girivar gahana, Jasu kripa sudayalu Sitaram, Dhravo sakal kalimal dahana, Neel saroh shyam Sitaram, Taruna aruna barij nayana, Karo so mama urdham Sitaram, Sadakshir sagar sayana, Kunda indu samadeh Sitaram, Umar man karuna ayana, Jahi deen par neh Sitaram, Karo kripa mardana mayana, Bando guru pad kanj Sitaram, Kripa sindhu nar rupa hari, Mahamohatam punj Sitaram, Jasu bachan ravi karani kara, Siyavar Ramchandra ki jai, Pavan Sutta Hanuman की जय, उमापति महादेव की जय, बोलो रे भाई सब संतन की जय। कथा आरंभ होता है, सुनो वीर हनुमान, हे रामा सुनो वीर हनुमान, आसन को प्रभु आइए, सिया सखा सहित भगवान, सियावर रामचंद्र की जय, पवन सुत हनुमान की जय, उमापति महादेव की जय, बोलो रे भाई सब संतन की जय। गए विभीषण पास पुनि, कहु पुत्र वर मागु, तेहि मागेहु भगवंत पद, कमल अमल अनुराग सियावर रामचंद्र की जय। पवन सुत हनुमान की जय, उमापति महादेव की जय। राम सिया राम जय जय राम। राम सिया राम जय जय राम। तिनहि देहि बर ब्रह्म सिधाए, हर्षित ते अपने गृह आए। मय तनुजा मंदोदरी नामा, परम सुंदरी नारी ललामा। राम सिया राम जय जय राम। राम सिया राम जय जय राम। सोहि मय दीनी रावण ही आनी, हो यही चातु दानपति जानी। हर्षित भयहु नारी भल पाई, पुनि दो बंधु बियाहे सी जाई। राम सिया राम जय जय राम। राम सिया राम जय जय राम। गिरि त्रिकूट एक सिंधु मजारी, विधि निरमित दुर्गम अति भारी। सोहि मय दानव बहुरी सवारा, कनक रचित मणि भवन अपारा। राम सिया राम जय जय राम। राम सिया राम जय जय राम। भोगावती जसी अहि कुलवासा, अमरावती जसी सक्र निवासा। तिनते अधिक रम्य अति भंका, जग विख्यात नाम तेहि लंका। राम सिया राम जय जय राम। राम सिया राम जय जय राम। खाई सिंधु गबीर अति, चार युधि पिरियाव। कनक कोट मणि कछित दृढ़, बरनिन जाहि बनाव। सियावर रामचंद्र की जय, पवन सुत हनुमान की जय। उमापति महादेव की जय। जय श्री राम। So many people in the past have done penance, tapasya, rigid kinds of practices, etc., for various kinds of reasons. Here we see that these three brothers, Ravan, Kumbhakarna, and Vibhishan, have engaged in penance. Sometimes, looking from a distance, we may not know why a person is engaged in penance. Of course, penance is the way to the Lord's heart, provided that we are not looking for something material. Then Bhagwan welcomes our penance. Sometimes we do penance to achieve something good in this world. That is also fine. But doing penance to obtain any kind of boon to create havoc in the world is adharma. It is evil. We are reading now that Brahmaji is pleased with the penance of these three brothers. And what does he do? He goes to each of them and he is inquiring from them, ask a boon. अंत में यानी तीसरा में ब्रह्मा जी विभीषण के पास गए और बोले, हे पुत्र वर मांगो. So last he came to Vibhishan and he says, वर मांगो, ask for something. उसने भगवान के चरण कमलों में निर्मल, निष्काम और अनन्य प्रेम मांगा. So Vibhishan has asked for something amazing. He's actually asked for devotion, untainted devotion, uninterrupted devotion, pure devotion. To who? To the feet, charan kamalo mein, Bhagwan ke charan kamalo mein, to the feet of Bhagwan. And for what purpose? What was the reasoning behind it? What was the underlying reason? Nishkam aur ananya. For no reason, out of pure love, he wanted to be devoted to Bhagwan. उनको वर देकर ब्रह्मा जी चले गए और वे हर्षित होकर अपने घर लौट आया. So the three brothers, after getting their boons, and you've heard last week or from the recording that we sent out yesterday, what kind of boons the other two brothers asked for. See, some texts say that these three brothers, Ravan, Vibhishan, and Kumkaran, represent various kinds of people in this world. So, Ravan represents the Rajasic people, and Kumkaran is a symbol of the Tamasic people, and Vibhishan is a symbol of the Sattvic kind of person. And based on this bhav, the kind of gun that is prevailing in you, that is dominating in you, will determine what kinds of things you ask for in this world and why you do things in this world. Everything you do in this world is backed up or influenced by the gunas. Now, Vibhishan, from what he has asked for, is the text has indicated that he is of the Sattvic bhav. He didn't ask for anything material. They became happy that Brahmaji gave them these boons, and what happens? They all left. Then Tulsidas ji says, after they got these various kinds of boons that were given to them, he talks about a Danav. Danav is a tribe of people similar to Rakshas. Maya Danav. There was a Danav called Mai, and he had a very beautiful daughter, Mandodari, Mandodari, Namaka Kanya. And what kind of girl was she? Paramasundari, extremely beautiful. Aur striyo mein shiromani. She was a gem amongst women, Mandodari. Maine us lakar Ravan ko diya. What did he do? He took this daughter of his and gave to Ravan in Kanyadan. So please interpret this properly. This does not mean he forced his daughter and insisted that she gets married to Ravan. He looked at the situation, and obviously his daughter was happy to engage in this marriage. So we must not look at the word Kanyadan in a negative connotation. So this means that he got her married to Ravan. Usne jaan liya ki yeh Rakshas ka raja hoga. He knew this Danav Mai, he was a very smart person. He knew that Ravan is going to become the king of the Rakshasas. And he thought to himself, this may be a suitable partner for my daughter. She will be taken good care of, etc. Also, I'm going to give you another aspect of this, another version of this, another angle of this. You see, in times like these in the past, people would generally ensure that their daughter made a good match to the suitor. And if he knew that Ravan was going to become the king of Lanka, he obviously saw great value in his daughter, who would be a good advisory to him, who will be able to, a good advisor to him. She will be able to advise him and ensure that he performs his duties in the best possible way. And we all know from the text of Ramayana that Mandodari always gave Ravan excellent advice. Okay, so this Mai knew exactly what he was doing. Achi stri pakar Ravan prasanna hua. Ravan became very, very happy that he had such a good wife, a noble wife, an intelligent wife. और फिर उसने जाकर दोनों भाइयों को विवाह कर दिया. So Ravan decided, Well, I have somebody now. Let me also get my 2 brothers married. And that is what he did. He found suitable partners for both Kumbhakaran and Vibhishan. Where did they all live? Because after marriage, all of us need to live somewhere. Tulsidas ji says to us, Goswami ji says, Samudra ke beech mein Trikut namak parvat. In the middle of the ocean, there was a mountain called Trikut Parvat. Now, if you study a little bit of geography, you will find that on the face of India, on the earth itself, there are 2 mountains that are called Trikut. This seems to be the 3rd one now that they are talking about. Where is it found? Sri Lanka. Okay, so he says समुद्र के बीच में त्रिकूट नामक पर्वत पर ब्रह्मा जी बनाया हुआ एक बड़ा भारी किला था. Brahma ji built on this mountain a beautiful fort. मैं दानव ने उसके फिर से सजा दिया. This Mai Danav, Mandodari's father, he had a lot of powers, a lot of abilities. And what did he do? He went and he renovated, he redecorated this. After marriage, if people don't move into a brand new house, they buy an older house, they want to renovate it because you are engaging in a new journey. You also want a new, fresh home where you can make a fresh start. So these ideas that we have taken, you can see that these are ancient ideas. Okay, उसमें मनियों से जड़े हुए सोने के अनगिनत महल थे. So in this palace, the walls were decorated with gems of various kinds, and of course with gold. जैसे नागकुल के रहने की भोगवती पुरी है. So they're talking about another beautiful place that is found in the Patala Lok, in the lower regions below the earth. There's a place called Patala Lok. And what kind of beings live there? Nagas. These Nagas, also, you must remember, Nagas have special gems, money they called, on their foreheads. Using these beautiful gems, the Naga Lord capital is called Bhogavati. And in Bhogavati, everything is also beautifully decorated there. Tulsidas ji goes on to talk about Indra ka rahne ke Amravati puri hai. Usme bhi adhik sundar. So there's also another very beautiful place, which is the capital of Indralok, where Bhagwan Indra resides. It's called Amravati. And even that place is very, very beautiful. But Goswami ji, Tulsidas ji is saying to us that this place that Brahma built and Mai Danav decorated was Usse Adik Sundar. Even more beautiful, this place was made. Jagat mein uska naam Lanka prasiddha hua. The whole world knows this place here as Lanka. So, उस चारों ओर से समुद्र की अत्यंत गहरी खाई घेरे हुए है. So around this Lanka, the ocean was very, very deep, and a huge wall, security wall, was built around Lanka to make it an impenetrable fortress. In fact, it says that there was like a moat around it. So in Sundarkand, when you read about Hanumanji entering Lanka, all these descriptions are repeated there. That besides crossing the deep ocean, you come to this place where there are very high walls and of course a moat. And Tulsidas ji describes here the walls, the very walls of this fortress was decorated with gems of gold and other beautiful things, other beautiful gems. And the architecture and workmanships, the word used here is jiska karigari ka. Karigari means the workmanship of this wall. Varnan nahi kiya ja sakta. We can't explain the design and how beautiful this place was made. So one of the beautiful gems that come out of this passage that we read here is that Vibhishan, being cursed from his previous birth, has come into this life. Unlike his two brothers, he chose something to get out of jail, if I can call it that. He was very smart about what he chose. He didn't choose anything that is going to harm him further. He found himself in a difficult situation. He's born in a Rakshas clan. What did he do? He didn't say, let me behave like the worst kind of Rakshas you can find. He says, no. Let me climb out of this situation. Let me find a way out of here. And what did he do then? He asked for a boon of absolute devotion to God, because that will save anybody from any kind of sin. Devotion to the feet of Lord will get us out of any kind of trouble. It may take some time, but it will get us out of the trouble. And this is what Vibhishan did. He decided, let me use this boon of mine to be devoted to God, number one. Number two, because of this devotion, he met Hanumanji. When you meet a great devotee of God, what will happen? He will introduce you to God. And Hanumanji took Vibhishan to the Lord. He then got darshan of the Lord. He then served the Lord. He did not get attracted by the gold of Lanka and say, let me do everything possible so that I can continuously rule Lanka and enjoy all the kinds of luxuries that appear here. He didn't do that. He used his bad situation to make it into a better situation. Incidentally, in one of the other Puranas where the creation is described, it says that on the first day of the Chaitra Mas, Shukla Paksh, Bhagwan created the world. And it says in that Puran that the first rays of the rising sun of that creation, the first rays fell on Lanka. So Lanka was a very special place. And let me tell you a little story quickly as possible as to why Lanka is such a special place. There's a beautiful story that goes about it. So one day, Mother Parvati was seated with Bhagwan Shiv in Kailash, and she says to him, Prabhu, this place is very, very cold. In the winter, it gets very harsh here for a lady like me to sit here. And if the only other place you go to is the Shmashan, you go to the crematorium. That's also not a nice place for me, for a lady. All the other devas, the other forms of Bhagwan, they got their own beautiful places. Bhagwan Vishnu got Vaikuntha Lok, Mata Lakshmi is there with him. Indra has Amaravati, etc., etc. I must sit in Kailash and I must go Shmashan. Why don't we also get a nice place for ourselves? In the summer, in the winter months, we'll go to that place where it is warmer and we will come back to Kailash if the need be. Bhagwan Shiv said to her, based on what we represent and how our devotees look at us, it is not nice for us to get a luxurious place anywhere else. But of course, Mother Parvati was a bit persistent and she said to him, no, let us get our own place. Eventually, Bhagwan Shiv conceded to that and he called Vishwakarma, the celestial architect, and Lanka, the golden Lanka was built for Shiva and Parvati. But Shiv Bhagwan said to Mother Parvati, listen, we cannot go and live there unless we do Griha Pravesh Puja. Then only can we go and live in a house. So Mata Parvati said, who's going to do the puja? Shivji says there's only one person who is qualified enough to do our puja, who's learned enough to do our puja, and that is Ravan. So they sent for Ravan, and Ravan came and he performed the Griha Pravesh. At the end of the puja, Mata Parvati said to him that you have performed our puja so lovingly and beautifully. My puja is not complete until I give you Dan Dakshina that is worthy of such a puja. Please ask for something. And Ravan said, no, you don't have to give me anything. It's fine. But Mata Parvati said, no, my puja is asiddh. It is incomplete. You must please accept Dakshina. Please ask for something. And Ravan said to her, I want Lanka. Give me Lanka. And you know the rule when a relationship like this exists between a priest and a family, the family wants to give according to their means. And Mata Parvati, it was within her means to give Ravan golden Lanka. And so in Sankalp, she gave him Lanka, and Shiv and Parvati still today reside in Kailash and Kasi, but they gave Lanka to Ravan. With those words, we'll conclude this evening's Ramayana recital. Katha Visarjana Hota He Sunoho Veera Hanuman आसन को प्रभु जाइए सिया सखा सहित भगवान सियावर रामचंद्र की जय पवन सुत हनुमान की जय उमापति महादेव की जय. Jai Shri Ram. We'll now have bhajans. कर्पूरगौरं करुणावतारं संसारसारं भुजगेन्द्रहारं सदा वसन्तं हृदयारविन्दे भवं भवानी सहितं नमामि। मङ्गलं भगवान् विष्णुः मङ्गलं गरुडध्वज मङ्गलं पुण्डरीकाक्ष मङ्गलाय तनोहरि सर्वमङ्गलमाङ्गल्ये शिवे सर्वार्थसाधिके शरण्ये त्र्यम्बके गौरी नारायणी नमोस्तुते नारायणी नमोस्तुते नारायणी नमोस्तुते। ॐ यानि कानि च पापानि जन्मान्तरकृतानि च तानि तानि विनश्यन्ति प्रदक्षिणा पदे पदे। ॐ सर्वेषां स्वस्तिर्भवतु सर्वेषां शान्तिर्भवतु सर्वेषां पूर्णं भवतु सर्वेषां मङ्गलं भवतु सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामया सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत्। ॐ असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मामृतं गमय। ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते। ॐ अपराधसहस्राणि क्रियन्ते हर्निशं मया दासोऽयमिति मां मत्वा क्षमस्व परमेश्वर। आवाहनं न जानामि विसर्जनं पूजां चैव न जानामि क्षमस्व परमेश्वर। अन्यथा शरणं नास्ति त्वमेव शरणं मम तस्मत्कारुण्यभावेन रक्ष त्वं परमेश्वर। बोल विघ्नहर्ता गणेश भगवान की जय जगत जननी पार्वती माता की जय शिव शंकर भगवान की जय सीतारामचंद्र भगवान की जय लक्ष्मण जी की जय महावीर स्वामी बजरंगबली की जय श्री लक्ष्मी नारायण भगवान की जय श्री बालकृष्ण भगवान की जय गंगा यमुना सरयू सरस्वती मैया की जय श्री राधे कृष्ण भगवान की जय। ओम नमः पार्वती पतये हर हर महादेव हर। जय जय श्री राधे जय जय श्री राधे जय जय श्री राधे श्याम। जय सिया राम।